Imagine paying an extra $5,000 for your car, only to discover that half the premium features you were so excited about are secretly killing its reliability, shortening its lifespan, and draining your wallet for years to come. Sounds insane, right? Well, here's the truth automakers and dealerships don't want you to know. Many of these so-called innovations aren't designed to make your car last longer. They're designed to make you come back for expensive repairs. In this video, we're going to expose 15 useless car features that look cool in the showroom, but quietly destroy your vehicle's long-term dependability. And I guarantee, by number 7, you'll be checking your own car to see if you've been tricked. 1. Touchscreen-only climate controls. Let's start with one of the biggest annoyances in modern cars, removing physical climate control buttons and replacing them with touchscreens. Sure, it looks futuristic when the dash is all sleek glass, until you're trying to adjust the temperature on a bumpy road in the middle of winter. Not only is it distracting and unsafe, but when these screens fail, and trust me, they do, you're looking at repair costs of $1,000 to $3,000. Longtime mechanics will tell you, a physical button or dial can last decades. A touchscreen? Maybe 5 years before dead pixels, lagging response, or complete failure. And when that screen goes, you often lose multiple functions: climate, audio, navigation, all in one shot. 2. Electronic parking brakes. In theory, an electronic parking brake is convenient. Just a little switch instead of a lever. But here's the ugly side. When these systems malfunction, they can seize shut, leaving your wheels locked. Or worse, fail to engage at all. Old-school mechanical handbrakes are cheap to maintain and rarely fail. Electronic ones? They often require entire module replacements costing $700 or more. And in cold climates, the motors inside can freeze, stranding you until it thaws. Manufacturers love them because they're cheaper to assemble than mechanical linkages. Drivers hate them when they get stuck in a parking lot at midnight. 3. Panoramic sunroofs. They look incredible in commercials. Wide open glass roofs that make your cabin feel airy and bright. But here's the problem. These massive panels are heavier than steel roofs, which hurts fuel economy and stresses suspension over time. And then there's the reliability nightmare. Panoramic roofs have more seals, more moving parts, and bigger glass panels that are prone to cracking. Water leaks, common. Rattling noises after 50,000 miles, almost guaranteed. One veteran BMW technician said it bluntly: if you want to keep a car past 10 years, avoid a panoramic roof. It will leak. 4th lane, keep assist. That's overly sensitive. Lane keep assist sounds great for safety, but many systems are so over-aggressive they actually cause drivers to fight the steering wheel. Worse, they can misread faded lane markings or snow-covered roads, jerking the wheel unexpectedly. Beyond the annoyance, the steering assist motors and sensors can fail, leading to costly replacements. The irony: a steady, focused driver is still more reliable than a computer that's constantly second-guessing your control. 5. Overly complex turbocharged 4 cylinders in non-performance cars. Turbocharging can boost power and efficiency, but when automakers started putting small turbos in everything from family sedans to compact SUVs, reliability began to suffer. Turbocharged engines run hotter, have more moving parts, and are far more sensitive to oil quality and change intervals. Miss one oil change, and sludge can kill the turbo bearings, costing $2,000 to $4,000. Mechanics from Toyota, Honda, and Mazda agree. If you don't need the extra performance, a naturally aspirated engine will almost always outlast a turbo in daily driving. 6. Automatic start-stop systems. In theory, start-stop systems save fuel by shutting off the engine at stoplights. In reality, they put extra strain on the starter motor, battery, and even the crankshaft bearings. Yes, manufacturers upgrade these parts to handle the extra use. But long-term reliability data tells a different story. Many owners report starter failures and premature battery replacements. And here's the kicker: the fuel savings over the life of the vehicle is often less than the cost of repairing the start-stop system when it breaks. 7. Fake engine sound generators. This one is more of an insult to your intelligence than a direct reliability killer, but it still makes the list because it's tied to unnecessary electronics that can fail. Instead of letting you hear the real engine, some cars play artificial sporty sounds through the speakers. These sound modules, wiring, and integration with the infotainment system are just more points of failure. A Ford technician once joked, "When the fake engine sound stops working, people actually bring it in for repair." That's when I tell them, congratulations, your car is finally honest. 8. Gesture control systems. This is one of those "because we can" features that manufacturers push as futuristic, but in reality it's just a gimmick. Gesture control lets you wave your hand in front of a sensor to change volume, skip tracks, or answer calls. Cool in a showroom, frustrating in real life. Slightly move your hand to scratch your head, and suddenly your music changes. Plus, the sensors are delicate and often fail due to dust, sunlight interference, or just age. Dealership mechanics say repairs for faulty gesture control sensors can run over $1,500, all for a function a simple steering wheel button does better. 9. Automatic seat bolster adjustments. Some luxury cars have seat bolsters that automatically squeeze you tighter when you take corners. Sounds fancy, right? But these bolsters use small motors and pneumatic systems that are prone to failure. Once broken, they either stay deflated, ruining comfort, or stuck inflated, making you feel like you're in a vice grip. Replacing the system can cost more than replacing the entire seat. And the truth is, fixed bolsters are lighter, cheaper, and far more durable. 10th. Pop-out door handles. Tesla made them famous, and now other brands are following. These flush pop-out handles look sleek, but rely on small electric motors and complex linkages. In freezing weather, they can jam. In heavy rain, water can seep in and short the mechanism. More than one stranded Tesla owner has been stuck outside their own car in sub-zero weather because the handles froze shut. Old-fashioned mechanical handles? They work in snow, rain, heat, and they cost next to nothing to replace. 11th. Adaptive suspensions in daily drivers. An adaptive suspension adjusts stiffness in real time for comfort or sportiness. Great in theory, but outside of high-performance sports cars, they're overkill for the average commuter. The problem? These systems have sensors, hydraulic actuators, and electronic control modules that can fail. When they do, you're not looking at a $200 shock absorber. You're looking at $1,500 per corner. One longtime Mercedes-Benz technician told me, if you're buying used, avoid adaptive suspensions unless you're ready to pay luxury race car maintenance prices. 12th. Auto-dimming and auto-steering headlights. Some newer cars automatically steer the headlights around curves or dim them when detecting oncoming traffic. While it sounds like cutting-edge safety tech, the added motors and sensors inside the headlamp housing can burn out. And you can't just replace the bulb anymore. A single LED adaptive headlight assembly can cost $2,000 or more. Compare that to a traditional halogen bulb that's $15 and lasts years. It's another case where the complexity outweighs the benefit for most drivers. 13. Power-operated trunk lids on small cars. Power trunks make sense on tall SUVs where lifting the hatch is physically harder. On sedans or small crossovers, it's just another motor to break. The lift motors, wiring harness, and latch mechanisms are exposed to dust, dirt, and weather, which leads to failure. And when they fail, it's often impossible to open the trunk manually without tearing apart the liner. A seasoned Honda mechanic summed it up perfectly. Every power trunk eventually dies. The question is just when. 14. Rear seat entertainment screens. With tablets and smartphones everywhere, built-in rear entertainment systems are basically outdated before the car even leaves the lot. Not only do they add thousands to the sticker price, but the wiring and screens are fragile. When they break, repairs are expensive, and the tech is usually obsolete by the time you fix it. Parents are better off giving kids a $200 tablet, cheaper to replace, easier to update, and doesn't drag down the car's electrical reliability. 15th. Built-in navigation systems. This one might sting for some, but it's the truth. Even the best built-in navigation is slower, less accurate, and less updated than Google Maps or Waze on your phone. And when the infotainment system fails, you lose your navigation entirely, along with music, climate, and other functions tied into the same screen. Updating built-in maps can cost $200 to $500, while your phone updates for free. Dealership insiders admit they push built-in nav hard because it's pure profit. Long-term owners know better. A phone mount and a reliable app do the job better and safer. So what's the takeaway? The more gadgets, motors, sensors, and luxury touches a car has, the more potential points of failure you're adding, and the more you're shortening its lifespan. Veteran mechanics have a saying, simple cars live longer. And it's true. The features that look impressive on day one often turn into the repair bills you regret by year 5. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these useless features does your car have? And if you've had one of them fail, how bad was the repair bill? Share your story in the comments, because the best way to fight back against these design trends is to talk about them.